Good old-fashioned sadism. Happy New Year, although I'm technically recording this on Boxing Day, so, the camera is a lie. Tell the people! It's a brand new year, and it's about to be filled with brand new stuff. This video is essentially an introduction to the year, so I'll be covering a bunch of things. It's a bloody long one, but I've made it more organized, so it's okay. If you want to learn more about an individual component of the channel, I have time codes in the description below, but if you want to watch the whole thing, let's get started. Logo/intro/art. That intro at the start had a bunch of new things in it. Let's discuss them. So the intro itself is a spiritual successor to no context theater. Essentially in almost every single video, I'll grab a voice clip from within, pop it at the start, taking away the context from it, and you have to keep watching to find out what the context actually is. It's like those tiny trailers they have before normal trailers, but unique-ish. No context theater still exists in its previous format, but I'll discuss that a little bit later. Oh, and of course, with a brand spank me new logo. Yay!
It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
I love minimalism. Minimalize me!
Fantastic.
And I'll be wanting more of a symbol to represent myself and the channel, rather than just Sedge in text, because that's kind of just... So here's the new logo, nice and close. Have a look at that. Smooth. Slick. Doesn't contain any If you can't tell, it's the letter S. It means hope. But it also kind of looks like a play button, because I edit a lot. Okay, the symbolism's kind of obvious, but I like it. And for those who don't like it, which I'm sure there will be many, it will evolve and change over time. It'll change more often than you think. The intro and the logo will be themed around the video's subject. Here's a bunch of example intros for games I'll be playing this year. I'm going to eat you like a watermelon. You best start believing in fan fictions. You're in one. My dog has an extra leg. Those are just rough mock-ups, but you get the general idea. I wanted a simple and straightforward logo and intro that I could just modify whenever I really wanted to, but could still be familiar and associated with my channel and myself. Nice and simple, play button S, hello there, I like you. Plus I'll probably have merchandise and all that sort of stuff in the near future. I'm all ears for suggestions, because I don't know what to do. Just give me feedback for everything. I love it. You guys are great with words. Alright, on to the next one. CLIPTIPS/reverse engineering specials. CLIPTIPS is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. The basic concept is a tutorial show which teaches YouTubers how to put a bit more effort into their videos, but in turn it also helps me. It's a double direction edutainment series. Essentially, I'll be going through certain subjects, based on your suggestions, that will cover Premiere Pro, After Effects, Photoshop, and pretty much anything else related to YouTube and general editing. It's fairly non-restrictive. However, I'm still self-taught, and I have plenty to learn. So I will actually do follow-up videos afterwards, showing other alternative methods of doing what I've done in the previous videos. So for example, if I edit something such as this, hello, and people are like, hey, you should add a bounce to it, and here's how to do it, and I'll go, oh, yes, let's do that. And in the next video, I'll go, hey everyone, here's a better way of doing it. Bam. Nice. A teacher that learns? Preposterous. It's almost like I take feedback constructively instead of sitting in the corner and moping about it.
They said my video was bad and give a specific reason as to why and showed also how I could improve myself. How dare they?
In addition to the standard CLIPTIPS episodes, I'll also be providing super, mega, ultra, super, duper specials. In addition to the standard episodes of CLIPTIPS, while I've yet to come up with a good name for them, these special episodes reverse engineer the editing styles of certain YouTubers, also based on your suggestions, to show you how they do certain things and how you can do them too. Being able to mimic the styles of others requires a certain level of skill, and if you develop those skills, you can utilize them in your own style. Hell, I mimicked the game theorist's style of editing enough that it got me a job, an award-winning job. Not to mention I love replicating things from various media. So it's both a challenge for me to try and reverse engineer the editing style, and a challenge for you to try and learn it, but I will teach you the ways. You should learn, my child. I don't like children. Shouldn't use as a reference. Much like the standard CLIPTIPS, these will also be heavily community driven. Of course, I'll be covering YouTubers who have editing styles that I personally respect, for example, Mr. Sark and Funhouse, but I'll also try to tackle other YouTubers' editing styles based on your suggestions, even individual certain aspects of their channels. There'll be major episodes where I showcase the general entirety of how a certain YouTuber edits, and there will be shorter videos where I'll showcase individual aspects of their editing rather than the whole thing. Of course, these episodes will take a bloody long time to edit and make in general, so they'll be fairly infrequent for a while, but I'm working on a general intro/basics video right now, so that'll be up when it's done. I'll have a date close to completion. Before I move on to the next subject, here's a little sneak peek at the introduction, and by sneak peek I mean the whole thing. Check it out. Wasn't that cool? Kind of. Let's proceed. Highlights/general gaming videos. Highlights are back, and oh boy, they are good. While there's a few changes here and there, they're fundamentally the same thing. Of course, they'll have an intro now, which I've already discussed, but the next major difference is that not all highlights from now on will have multiple perspectives. The next few will, because I've already recorded them, but in general, I'm trying to avoid multiple perspectives. Here's the reason why. Apart from being significantly easier and faster to edit single perspective highlights, because multicam is technically annoying, most of the people I'll actually be playing with have their own channels. So they have their own editing styles and their own perspective. So instead of saying it all in one channel, clustered into one little thing, you can see an individual's perspective plus their editing style on both sides. Like what's that? Multicam stuff is more reserved for local-based things. But nevertheless, don't expect multicam for everything, and in most cases, if there is a single perspective, there will be the other perspective and the other person's thing on the channel. Simple as that, because I want to share the love. Not to mention, no context theater is back in full force. I'm never getting rid of that. Expect that at the end of a whole bunch of highlights, whenever there's enough footage to actually add to them, and of course the compilation at the end of the year. That's become like the tradition of this channel, hasn't it? I'm okay with that. Except the captioning, because that takes 5 hours. Not to mention general gameplay videos, steaming pile, stuff like that will still return, plus a few new gaming videos, which are in various stages of development. I can't say too much about them at this point, so next, collaborations / new person / multiplayer events. So I'm spreading my wings and working with new people this year. Certain sexy boys will return. There's a handful of new sexy boys who I'll also collaborate with, and potentially girls. I can't say that for sure, because no girl wants to play with me. This also includes a regular who's just started their channel at the moment. They'll also be in the next handful of videos too. He's a good friend and he's practically a masochist. So if you enjoy people torturing themselves over and over again and getting so pissed off at it, he's the channel for you. So if you love some good old-fashioned sadism, check it out in the next video. I'm not going to link it now because I want it to be a partial surprise. Or will I say it later on? Oh god, I'm not scripting this. This is difficult to improvise. He's just starting out this year and his editing experience is literally limited to one video on my channel. He has a series of fantastic resources. Me, I am his master. He is my apprentice. And as long as he doesn't cut me in half, I'll be good. But the link to his channel will be in the description of the next video. Guaranteed. We also desperately want to play Gmod, and we also want to organize community sessions whenever we get the chance to. He's more of a multiplayer / PvP sort of person, so I want to kind of push all responsibility of community games to him. Also because considering how much time I actually have to work on this channel, I do not want additional stress. Plus, technology hates me, so whenever I try and organize anything related to it, it fucks up every time. I know I keep saying that, but it is damn true. I just kind of want to jump in and have fun with everyone without having to worry about servers and disconnections and general setting ups and oh my god, just want to have fun. The community sessions will be a lot more frequent in the not too distant future, but that's kind of something I want to discuss a little bit later. Let's keep this moving. Next, still unannounced stuff. As mentioned before, there's so many new ideas that I'm still working on. Some of them are in very early concept and are pretty much no more than sentences. Other ones are being developed much further and could even be regular series if all goes well. I don't want to announce them too early until I'm properly working on them, but you'll see plenty of them as the year progresses and possibly beyond that if they're good enough. I'm always going to try new things, but I'm also going to keep the classics because I love them too. There's even a few ideas from the previous iteration of the channel that I want to further develop. I've taken little tidbits off them, or I've taken the entire thing. So I know this is fairly ambiguous, but I've announced stuff in the past that didn't come to light at all. But I'd rather keep it a bit of a secret-ish until I can finally say something about it and I'm actually working on it. But expect new stuff plus a whole bunch of old stuff, but new old stuff. Wow, I'm terrible at explaining things. But to put it simply, there's a hell of a lot more on the way. Speaking of which, schedule / goals / Patreon. Probably think to yourself, wow, Sedge has made his channel so sexy, this must mean he's working on the channel for a living. If only. Well, that's the idea. But for now, I'm basically insane. For perspective, I'm editing essentially full-time for the Game Theorists. Here's a few videos I edited last year. Took me a whole week. Practically non-stop. What is sleep? Which means I practically get no time to work on anything else. Basically, if you're editing for the whole day, the last thing you want to do in your break is edit, assuming you even get a chance to have a break. And yet, despite all of this, I think I've found a good compromise, so here's how it's all gonna go down. The schedule, schedule. Okay, it's officially called the schedule. Is a new video every single Sunday, with some videos sprinkled throughout the week. Sunday is Sedge Day. Catchy slogan. For those disappointed that there's not more videos, heed my words. Firstly, as mentioned before, editing full-time. It hurts. For health reasons, I probably shouldn't be editing after editing. So releasing a weekly video in my current state is, probably not the smartest thing, is it? I'm insane. As a bit of an advanced disclaimer, I may end up missing a Sunday or two throughout the year. Sometimes I'm busier than busyness itself, and I may not get the chance to make a video without rushing it, and I hate rushing videos. Not Russian videos, I love Russians. But here is the good news. The frequency of videos will increase as the channel grows. Nice. Put it simply, my main goal on this channel is to make stuff for a living. As a matter of fact, I'm going one step above insane and aiming to do this before the end of the year. This year, I'm going flat out until I can run this channel exclusively without having to worry about dollary-doos and preoccupations and other life things. I'm going to die! But if you want to, you can help. Now, I don't want to force anything on anyone, because like every single freaking YouTuber does that. Like, hey, subscribe to my Patreon channel, like and thumbs up. So here's a few options if you want to make my life a bit easier. Option the first, sharing is caring. If you have friends, friends of friends, friends of friends of friends, friends of friends of friends of friends of friends, friends of 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 friends, friends of 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 friends, or even family members who might be interested in my stuff, please feel free to share it to anyone, really. Simply put, more subscribers means more stuff, and I get a little closer to my goal. Option the second. Patreon. I've had a Patreon set up for quite a while. I haven't outwardly advertised it too much at all, really, and it's got a handful of supporters on there already. But if you want to support me financially, I guess there's nothing stopping you. You know the spiel. Even $1 a month from a handful of people can actually help a significant amount, and I can definitely focus on the channel more if it's financially stable enough. Plus, the Patreon's in a bit of a bare bones state, so any suggestions to improve it, add different tiers and stuff, are significantly welcome. Option the third. Just keep being awesome. This is genuinely the best community I've been a part of. You guys currently watching are the OGs. The original members. I couldn't have asked for a bunch of better bloody bastards. Also, happy birthday, Rafugi. I didn't forget, baby. Love you. Mwah. Plus a quick, slightly more professional side note. I'm genuinely considering hiring a casual editor. I don't really know about the legal stuff behind it. I'll definitely have to look into it, because I'd rather have it legitimate rather than potentially being illegal. Now, that may happen sooner than later, but I also obviously have kind of medium to high standards of editing. If there's anyone out there who wants to help and can actually mimic my style, or even just have a complementary style, send your work over. The jobs may not be incredibly frequent, but if I can give you a bunch of video, audio files and stuff, and within a week you can send something good back, then you're on board, baby. Plus, it'll make my job so much easier, and people will have more frequent videos to watch without me sacrificing quality. Plus, of course, there will be dollary dues. I can't have someone working for free. If you can edit well and you can stand like an hour of me bickering and making weird faces and stuff, then yeah, could be a fun job. Not to mention the full credits in the description, because why would I just not put credits in? That sounds ridiculous. But now for the last bit, Twitter/Discord. Last but not least, if you want to join the community beyond YouTube, or just have a simple question or two, or just a general thing to say to me beyond YouTube, follow me over on Twitter and join the community Discord. The Discord server is full of friendly mods and admins and just generally awesome people. There's plenty of channels to share stuff on. It's just an all-around great place to hang out. It may not be necessarily safe for work though. See the pinned messages, for instance. I check both Twitter and Discord very regularly, so if you have a question or anything, really just send it to me and I'll probably respond to it, unless I'm super busy, in which case it may take a while. The links to those are in the description if you haven't joined or followed already, and the basic rules are pretty much just that. Pretty straightforward. So that's pretty much it for this video. Expect the first proper video this Sunday, featuring my good friend Wes, that's the guy who I mentioned earlier, as we venture out into the forest and receive unwanted hugs. I still don't have like a dedicated outro, like, you know, see you guys in the next one, or DFTBA, but, you know, that doesn't matter. I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm much less successful. See ya! Happy New Year! And Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year! Welcome to Bloopers, the video. Thanks, Christmas. You brought me back my acne. I put description timelines in the description timelines in the description timelines in the description. I like the pizza! Regret. Those are just kind of ruck? Fuck! On to the next one! On to the next one! On to the next one. Instead of going, how does this editor do everything? Roll the... Oh, fudge. I'm spreading my legs. Not my wings. Come here, boys! It's not me farting, unfortunately. It's actually the chair making that sound, so I'm really sorry about that, but it just keeps happening all the time. It's really annoying. I don't know why it does that. It's probably because my fat ass. Alright. Well, the boys really need it. Yeah. So sexy. Wow.